morning. It is cold in here. It's probably in the mid-30s here in the desert in Arizona. You can see my hot water bottle there in the corner. Has a nice little cozy on it. I use that to keep my feet warm last night, because if my feet get cold, I am not going to sleep. I'll just lay here and awake with cold feet. Yeah, I just thought I'd start out this morning with seeing how I am waking up in this cozy little bed with 2 sleeping bags and a sheet, and then I have another blanket if I need it. My hat on my head to keep my head warm, and yeah, but I'm gonna get up and start getting around, and I'll see ya. Time to get some heat going. It is cold in here. There we go. Thought I'd show you how I got my water down under the sink. Here's my 2 6-gallon water jugs, and I have a blue jug over here, which is the gray tank. I don't use that one any more than I have to, but this is my rechargeable pump, which actually has been sounding kind of sad lately, so I don't know what's going on with it, but this is how I get my water in the morning that I heat up for tea. Yeah, that motor doesn't sound very good. I recharged it, but I don't know why it's not kicking out as much power as it was. Something happened. Maybe I beat it up too much. And I can't leave it in the sitting here screwed onto the jug. It would be nice if I could, because it doesn't fit properly. It wouldn't stay. So I just have to put it in there and take it out every single time. Then maybe that's what it is. It's just, I've been putting it in a Ziploc bag to store it in between using it, but maybe putting it in the Ziploc bag with the water has been a bad idea. I need to turn this light off over here. Whoa, there. Yeah, but anyway, I'll use it as long as I can. I keep recharging it. It's been great for the last few months. Oh well. Let's see what it looks like outside this morning. And there's the sun coming up over the mountains. I got a little blurry, but there we go. My windows are very, very dusty, but it's dusty out here. So I already took the Reflectix out of the side windows. I just have it still in the front window. I like to keep as much heat in as I can. You guys, what I like to do, have this little fan that I clip onto the top of the heater to push the heat back so it doesn't all just go up to the ceiling. Yeah, that works pretty good. I got 3 different pairs of shoes out. Goodness. I guess every day has been a little bit different out here between the wind. Oh, yeah, come on. It's not too hot. Okay. I tried not to have it too close to where the flame's coming up, so there we go. We'll try that for a little while. It's not a perfect system, but it works. Hello again. I am dressed nice and warm, my flannel jacket and insulated leggings and warm socks, but I thought I'd show you guys just real quick where my bathroom is in the van. And it's just going to be really brief. So right below my bed, there's a step to get up into the bed, and when I lift the lid and I use this hook and a little bungee cord to keep the lid up, there is my little bucket for my toilet, and I have wipes in there, toilet paper, I have rabbit pellets or whatever you call them to help with soaking up any moisture in the bucket after I go, and to help with the smell. And inside of the bucket is a urine diverter, so I don't have to pee into a funnel or into a well, it is a funnel. It goes into a container below that, which I love. Previously I had been using a laundry soap jug, liquid laundry soap with a funnel, and so this is so much nicer. I can just sit down like a regular toilet and then dispose of that later. I keep the solid separate from the liquid, of course, and dump the liquid on a tree or down a toilet somewhere. That's perfectly fine. You know, dogs pee on trees all the time. I just do it way away from people, away from campsites and that, because people would not appreciate that at all. And then, of course, my waste, number 2, I just throw that away once a week or so. And to make sure I keep the smell out of the van, I have air freshener too. So it's interesting, this way of living. I do enjoy actually going in public toilets now, because I don't have to worry about cleaning up the mess or just, you know, any of that. So yeah, that's just a real quick explanation of how I do that. I didn't want to leave out of my video my routine in the morning of doing a morning Bible study devotional on my phone, and I love the Bible app that I use, and I also have my Bible out, and here we go, a journal that my oldest daughter gave me, Make Today Amazing, and great reminders of just how much I'm loved and thought of when I'm out here living this lifestyle on the road. And I am blessed to not be alone. Right now I'm camping with a whole bunch of women, and I'm not over parked where they are, partly because of the pack rats that I don't want to be too close to the vegetation. I am taking measures to take care of that. Of course, I have the little device under the hood that I mentioned in my last video, or the video before. But anyway, and I also have a motion sensor light that I put in front of the van at night now. I just purchased that recently. And then I have a couple of, and that's solar powered. And then I have 4 torches that you can put in the ground that are solar powered too. And I'll show you where I've got them right now so they can charge. I've been putting them in the front of the van if I'm not going to be staying in one spot. So I got to turn it around so it actually gets some sunshine. So there's that one. That's the motion sensor light that I put in front of the van, up underneath a little bit, for hopefully if anything is crawling around under there, it will go on and scare them away. And then I have the torches there that I can put out for a little light, so if I'm over at a campfire a little ways away from my van, it's easy for me to tell where she's parked at if it's dark. And then I have these fun little lights, and they're solar powered. They're flat, and then you open up this and pull them apart to get them to inflate. And let me see if I can get it to do something, because they both died on me last night. Can't really tell. Yeah, maybe I'll show you tonight. Oh, there we go. Okay. And they have a bunch of different colors. And I remember seeing a gal that had these years ago. I thought they were the coolest thing. So yeah, just to have a little solar light inside the van where I'm not having to use my battery or, you know, or turn on the big light for the house batteries. Just another fun way to have some ambiance and, you know, in my van here. One of the big things that we've noticed being out here in the desert after I've been here 8 days now, 9 days, is how dehydrated we can get very quickly, and how we need to drink lots of water, and we need to hydrate our skin. Our lips get chapped really easily, so I'm just being intentional about drinking lots of water. And if you have something like Liquid IV or some other good, like, I mean, I'm not a Gatorade fan, but you know, something like that to help give yourself the electrolytes you need. It's amazing how quickly your skin dries out. And last night before I went to bed, I put some coconut oil on my face because I've definitely been getting some sunshine. I have to be very careful. I keep it away from my eyes because it does bother my eyes if I have it too close. But the coconut oil really made a difference. I can feel the difference in my face this morning. It's wonderful. I'm not going to put any on this morning just in case it might bother my eyes, but I'll put on a little bit of lotion with, or moisturizer with some sunscreen before I get out in the sun. And man, I'm going to have a tan, even if it's just on my face with it being as cold as it's been. But it's actually supposed to warm up this week. I'm very excited about that. It'll start out really cold in the morning, and then by, you know, early afternoon, it'll be in the 60s, and then in a few days, it'll even be up in the 70s. So that's something I'm looking forward to. And you just dress in layers. You can take off or you can put on as needed, and getting pretty good at figuring that out. I don't know if you can see, but I can. There, the semi. That's the highway right over there, not very far from where I'm camped, and you can hear the traffic. Love seeing the mountains in the morning. They're just beautiful. I'm going to be heading into town soon for another day of the RTR, the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous. But I figured it was a great time to take a short walk out here, because once I get into town, I probably won't think of it, because there'll be a lot of people, a lot going on. And there's 4 more days of, well, today and then till Thursday of the RTR. And I'm not sure if I'm going to attend all of it, but I almost wasn't going to go today, but then I was looking at the schedule, and they'll be talking about safe boondocking and that kind of topics today. So yeah, I could learn a little bit more about that, just because I get so nervous when I camp by myself, like wild camping like I'm doing now. But obviously I'm camped with a bunch of other women, so I'm not by myself. But I would like to get brave enough to attempt to, you know, camp on my own here and there in different places, maybe not in the desert as much as in the Northwest or Northeast, or, you know, just to be brave enough to look for places to camp rather than rest areas and casinos and Walmart like I have been. Just be a little more courageous and safe, letting people know where I'm at, of course, and family and friends. So that's my thoughts for today. Just going and enjoying that time with people and learning. Always wanting to be learning more about this lifestyle from others that have done it before, been doing it a lot longer, who have obviously been successful at it and are enjoying the life. So those are the kind of people I want to learn from and maybe caravan with and meet up with along the way, along the road, the journey. Find a lot of these holes out here, and I guess they're like little, probably the pack rats that got up in my motor, something like that. And the dogs like to, the wild dogs, coyotes, like to dig them out and to eat them, of course. So yeah, they're everywhere out here, which is another reason where the RTR is. Lots of people today. Lots and lots of people. All the different kinds of rigs. It's amazing. Yeah. So beautiful.
I got the hiccups.
Uh-oh. It's fun, the names of some of these stores out here. It's hardware store, but it's called Big Market Hardware and Liquor. So I wanted a couple of things possibly from a hardware store, and I was told this is the place to go and see what I can find. A little bit of groceries and the liquor. And then over there is chains of buckets. So we've got some camping gear over here. And right across from there is the beer. Why not? Not sure if I'm getting anything, but it's been kind of fun just walking around looking. I didn't end up getting anything at the hardware liquor store, but I did just see a roadrunner run across the parking lot. That was pretty funny. What a fun thing to see. I know they're around here. I've seen them before. Hilarious. Hey there. I decided to wander around in Tyson Wells for a little bit. It's basically a huge flea market. They have all kinds of RV stuff, touristy stuff, everything you would expect at a fair, and all kinds of food vendors. It's pretty amazing. funny. See the camel. Got myself a veggie grilled cheese with pepper jack, no green peppers. I've had me and Maggie's grilled cheese years ago a couple times. It is so good. I'm walking down to my rig to get some water and just eat in my rig. There she is, she's down there. They even included some chocolate in there for me. I didn't know that was in there. And then a guy handed me this as I was walking through the sorghums, which they're saying is better than popcorn. I actually tried it last week, I think, when I was here. It was pretty good. Yeah, and I can't eat popcorn, so maybe if it's something I want to have that's a replacement for that, I could try it. Nighttime in Quartzite, out in the desert. You can see the traffic on the highway and hear it. It's like a ton of traffic all the time. Right now, I guess it's just really busy in January, like really, really busy. So it's definitely not quiet out here.
So my question. Right?
But it wasn't in the open house, which I thought was a bit odd. Yeah, so I just thought
That